All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. Valerie Bertinelli has weighed in on how she's feeling these days, 3 months after the passing of her former husband, Eddie Van Halen. This is kind of weird in a way because she's talking as if Eddie and her had been married the whole time, even though they split up, and obviously there's an explanation for that. Eddie, of course, got remarried, which that seems a little weird in a sense because of the way Valerie Bertinelli is talking here, but obviously they share one of the most important things, and that's a child together, and Wolfie goes back to his mom, obviously, for comfort, advice. Eddie Van Halen's ex-wife, Valerie Bertinelli, says that it's been rough dealing with his death. The thing is, normally an ex-wife doesn't stay in good standing to this degree, but obviously they had a great relationship for a while, and they broke up because they weren't getting along all that well, and they didn't want Wolfgang to see that behavior. The iconic guitarist passed away in October. His death was announced by Eddie and Valerie's son, Wolfgang Van Halen. Valerie discussed her ex-husband during an appearance on the Today Show. I'm not fond of TV talk shows. I'm just saying. Asked how she and Wolfgang are doing 3 months after Eddie's passing, Bertinelli said, "It's been rough, very bittersweet. We're doing okay. We spent the holidays together. I'll see him," meaning Wolfie, later today. We've been spending a lot of time together. She said, "Yeah, it's hard. I've gone to text Eddie a few times, and it's like, oh no, I can't text him right now." Wow. On the day of the Van Halen guitarist's passing, Valerie shared a photo of her, Eddie, and Wolfie taken while Wolfgang was still a toddler, and she included the following message: 40 years ago, my life changed forever. When I met you, you gave me the one true light in my life, our son, Wolfgang. Through all of your challenging treatments for lung cancer, you kept your gorgeous spirit and that impish grin. I'm so grateful Wolfie and I were able to hold you in your last moments. She says here, I will see you in our next life, my love. Wow. I mean, that's really powerful for somebody who broke up with Ed. Bertinelli split with Van Halen in 2002 after 21 years of marriage. They officially divorced in 2007. Eddie then went on to marry Janie Lazuski in 2009, and Janie was his wife at the time of Eddie's passing. It's a little weird. Let's just be honest. This is a little bit weird, but I get it, but it's still a little weird. One of the main reasons that Ed and I split up is to give Wolfie a better vision of what two people who are supposedly in love treat each other like, Valerie told Oprah.com. Ed and I weren't treating each other like two people that loved each other, and that's what Wolfie was seeing. So I'm hoping that when he does get married and start a life for himself, that he takes his time and marries a friend and not just someone that he can't keep his hands off. Well, that's interesting too. Valerie went on to say that leaving Eddie wasn't an easy choice. We were all very raw from 9/11, and you heard all these stories of people coming together. She said they hated each other and they were back together and divorces weren't happening anymore. And I'm like, am I the only one in the world that wants out now because of 9/11? I'm not going to live my life if it's that tenuous. That's not how I want to live my life anymore. It's kind of weird how 9/11 would be, I don't know, a real hardcore influencing factor. I think most people at the time were just like scared and they were hunkering down. And like she says, most people, I think at the time, weren't thinking about splitting up. They were thinking about what was most important in their life. And in 2020, that's the same thing. In 2021, it's still going to be the same thing. But it is interesting, the relationship she still had with Ed, and how obviously Wolfie is that bridge. And Janie almost seems like the odd person out here. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. And I'm sure Janie, you know, she's been talking online about being treated for depression and so forth. You know, maybe she's feeling as though she can't deal with this stuff anymore, and she didn't have that relationship that even Valerie Bertinelli had with Ed. I don't know. I mean, maybe she had a great relationship with Ed at the end, but this is still, it's got to be a little weird. No matter how you slice it, it's got to be a little weird because, again, Valerie had Ed's kid and Janie didn't. So that's the gap, that's the bridge between the two of them, the eternal bridge. And obviously Wolfie needs someone to talk to, and apparently he relies on his mother more than his stepmother. But anyway, interesting stuff. This is a rock and roll tragedy that people aren't really getting over. And obviously when you're talking about the immediate family, it could take years for this to even remotely heal. So for the rest of the rock and roll world, I read stories all the time about people still struggling with this, and it was a big deal. I mean, we didn't need this in 2020. We already had enough. This was just like, okay, really? So in any event, we just send our thoughts and prayers out to the Van Halen family and everybody who is associated with them, and the fans, and everybody. You know, we need a better 2021, that's for sure. And we also wish Wolfie the best with his solo album, which is coming out soon. And maybe that can, you know, start something new and people can get some closure and move on. I still say you should do a Van Halen tour and dedicate the entire thing to Eddie Van Halen and give a portion of the ticket sales and proceeds to cancer research. Cancer research. That's how you make a Van Halen tour doable. That's how we convince Wolfie that it's a good idea, and it gives more closure, and it's all for a really good cause. And maybe Eddie's passing doesn't have to be just, you know, another death from cancer. Maybe it can spark something really amazing that can lead to a cure. Who knows, right? All right, that's my video. I'm sticking to it. My name is Dave. Thanks for tuning in and watching the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. And I need your help over on Patreon. It's a new year. I need some new patrons. Only $1 a month. That's all I'm asking. And again, you get access to yours truly. Not that that's a big deal, but you also get musical perks. You get dialogue between patrons regarding whatever is going on in the music world. It's like a little community up there. It's not, you know, that crowded or packed or anything. But if you like what we're doing here, like what I'm doing here, it's pretty much me and the ideas I get from some of the patrons. And if you like that stuff, you can help me out with just $1 a month. All right. See you soon.